Hi, this video is from interview.com. Interview.com is a job portal. In this video, I'm going to talk about Spring Framework Bean Scope, and especially in this video, I'm going to talk about Singleton Bean Scope. In Spring Framework, Bean Scope is used to decide which type of Bean instance should be returned from the Spring container back to the caller. There are 5 types of Bean Scopes supported. Singleton, return a single bean instance per Spring IOC container. Prototype, return a new bean instance each time when requested. Request, return a single bean instance per HTTP request. Session, return a single bean instance per HTTP session. Global session, return a single bean instance per global HTTP session. These 3 are web-aware Spring application context, related to web-aware Spring application context. So in most cases you may only deal with the Spring scope, Singleton and Prototype. By default everything is Singleton. So if you don't specify the scope, the default is Singleton. So let's look at the configuration bean definition file. So I have a bean called employee. Okay, I don't have to mention this scope, but for demo purpose I have mentioned here. If you don't even mention here, what will happen is the default is Singleton. For demo purpose I have mentioned Singleton here, and I have an ID and there are 2 attributes in the employee. I just want to show you the employee class, employee ID and employee name. So how do I ensure that this is Singleton? Always whenever I ask the container, it gives me the same object. How do I prove that? So here I'm loading the application, I'm creating the application context, loading the XML file, then I'm asking for this employee bean. Okay, then what I'm trying to do is I'm printing the employee, then I'm setting the employee with a different value. Okay, this is what I want to do here. So I want to set a new name, and again I want to get the bean from the container, so it should return the same reference with the changed value. Okay, so that's when we can be sure that it returns the same object always, Singleton object. It's not creating the multiple objects. So I'm changing the value for the employee name, then I will ask the bean to give me the bean, the container to give me the bean, then container will give me the same bean with this value. Okay, let's debug this and understand. So I'm going to start the debugging now. So I'm going to load the Spring configuration file. You see here, loading XML bean configuration, bean definitions. So I'm going to get that bean from the container. I got it and I'm printing it. If currently it is David Back, his employee ID is 1672. Now I with the same object reference I'm going to set a different name. Okay, so different name I set, then again I'm asking the container to give me the bean. Actually it should return the same employee reference where I've changed the name. Initially it was David Back, I gave in the XML file. Okay, now I've changed it to the same reference. If it's a Singleton scope, it should give me the changed value. If you see here, Matthew Back, that means it is returning always the same instance. That's why it is called a Singleton. So internally Spring container manages it as a Singleton one, and we try to change this employee name and it returned the same employee reference. Hope this video is useful. Thank you and all the best.